and figure out when the surgery will be, but it'll be in the next few weeks probably. Just kept happening, and it just, yeah, it was really hard. I mean, it was one of the hardest decisions I've ever made in my life to not go back.
Dropped by the flower shop, so as a gift. So I don't know if you like flowers.
Yes, well, my wife and daughters do for sure.
Yeah,
very
that's
beautiful.
great.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Come on in. Sorry, my kids couldn't be here. They're at school, so you can go ahead. This is where my wife grew up because our house, we had to move out because our house we had water damage really bad.
I have a question about that.
Yeah, oh yeah.
How's your baby girl Remy doing?
Remy's doing really good. She's healthy. She's been doing great. She sleeps great. She eats really well. Very healthy and strong and growing. It's been nice to be home and help my family go through all these challenging things that we've had happen recently. Yeah, so having the baby, everything was great. Everything went smoothly, thank God. But now moving after, she is gonna have to have some kidney surgery done in the next couple weeks. They have to wait for her to heal from the labor of having the baby. And then we'll go get some testing done and then figure out when the surgery will be, but it'll be in the next few weeks probably. Nothing serious, it just needs to happen because long term it could be, so it's need to be something that's taken care of now. Yeah, I mean, it bothered us just because we were trying to heal as a family. We were trying to focus on her health and we know the fans love interacting with us. I'm big on Instagram and I interact and communicate with fans. So when we got some kickback, some negative feedback from some fans, it was hurtful. There was we've received quite a few messages that weren't very encouraging over these last 6 to 8 weeks, but we've received far more encouraging ones from the fans that are really our fans, so. Yeah, it was. And even my dad right now is not out of the woods. When he had COVID about 6 weeks ago, it caused him to black out and fall. And he actually severe internal bleeding. So at this point, he's gonna have to have major surgery also in the next couple weeks. And he's older, he's 75. So we're trying to figure that out as a family moving forward. So there's a lot of still continuing issues from that. Yeah, so we were just living in our home and one day I had noticed that the floor was kind of soft and we pulled it up and then we found out that we have extensive water damage. We had to move out about 4 weeks ago and we moved in with my in-laws. Even this morning I was there and we were working there and it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. So we probably won't be able to live there for like 6 to 7 months. So that's just challenging. My kids' schools are on that side of town, which is like 20 minutes away. So it's just added a lot more driving and trying to navigate. My wife's healing, so she can't really do a whole lot. So definitely grateful I can be here to help and support my family. Yes. So we're living with them here. They've been very gracious and we have a good relationship. So we've been living with them here for the last 4 weeks.
So literally speaking, your family really needed you during this.
Oh yeah, yep. No, not at all. Like we had a plan in place. There's a local high school here. It's about 15 minutes away. I do all my throwing. Very gracious. I was throwing live BPs. I was throwing bullpens a couple times a week. We were simulating games. I was throwing 85 to 90 pitches every week. Just staying in shape, prepared to go back. COVID shut the KBO down the week before I left, and then we had the 3-week Olympic break, so it was almost like perfect timing. I wasn't gonna miss more than maybe 1 or 2 starts. That was the goal. Just one thing after the other just kept happening, and it felt like a sign to me, like I needed to be here with my family. Yeah, so we were really quiet on social media. The team suggested that we just kind of step back from that. So we honored that. That was something that we had discussed internally with my agent and with the team as well. But the team was informed on all of my actions. Team was informed on my workouts, my bullpen and simulated games. They knew my condition. They knew I was ready to go. The second the baby was born, everything was okay. I was going to be on a plane. I took steps to potentially not have to quarantine. I got vaccinated. We petitioned the government to be able to apply for an exemption under my visa. So we were doing everything we could. My agent was working really hard on that because the 2 weeks, that would have been a big help, for me going back to not have to quarantine. So I got vaccinated and took those steps. So yeah, I mean, everyone was on board with me going back, and then it kept snowballing. Yeah, it was really hard. I mean, being there for 5 years, I mean, they're like my family. So to walk away from my teammates and not to be able to compete and contribute and really do my job. Like I tried to be a good person. I tried to handle my way with good character and be a good example. It was my job, and it was a really, really hard decision for me to walk away, me as a man, and to provide for my family. So it was 3 weeks leading up, the 2 or 3 weeks leading up to it. I mean, I didn't sleep, I didn't eat, lost a bunch of weight. It was a very stressful decision. It was one of the hardest decisions I've ever made in my life to not go back. Yeah, and it came down to, if I had gone back, I don't think I could have performed at the level that they are paying me to be. With all the stress of my family at home, knowing what my wife is going through and my kids, I've been away from them for a long time. So it wasn't that I just missed them, which I do terribly. I'm very close to my kids and my wife. So it wasn't that. It was just everything that was involved, the health and the house and just kind of everything. That was a very hard thing for me to do because I thought, okay, if I go back, I wouldn't be the Jake Brigham that QM had signed. And that was another thing. They signed me to be the best I can be, and I don't think I could have done that at that point. Right, and that's where I wish we had been able to give updates periodically. But again, like I said, they told me to be quiet. So I was honoring that. I was trying to be respectful of that. But yeah, the response after that post was incredible. People were very supportive and they understood, and they've been extremely supportive since then, which has been great. Very strange. I feel out of place. I'm happy I'm here with my family. I'm happy that I can love and support them because that's my number one priority. But it's very strange waking up in the morning, turning on the game on Naver, watching the game, watching them compete, and me not be there. It's really, really weird. I'm excited I get to be home, but I'm excited for 2022 to be out there on the field again. Yes, so I'm still working out. I've stepped back on I'm not throwing sim games, but I am throwing. I'm working out, I'm staying in shape. I mean, if I had to pitch in a game, I could probably throw a couple innings, but I couldn't, I'm not up to 100% right now. I've definitely stepped back into more of like a spring training mode. When we signed to Taiwan, obviously we were devastated not to be signing back with Kiwoom. Everything had pointed towards them signing me back. We found out on Instagram. We were not notified by the team, so that was very, very challenging for me and my wife. No one from the team let us know that they weren't signing us back. We woke up one morning, and so that was challenging. We signed in Taiwan. I absolutely loved it in Taiwan. The team I was there with, the Dragons, was incredible. The staff, the players, I really, really liked it a lot. Never did I ever dream that Q would be the one calling me late to spring training or something. I just showed up. I know everybody. Obviously, Jokic and I are extremely close, so it was great to be able to go out there with him again, and all of my friends on the Heroes. It just felt natural. It was really exciting to go back out and compete with them. Yeah, we were devastated. We were really, really shocked. I still haven't really had an answer from anyone with the team on why I wasn't informed. I'd been there 4 years at that point. Should have gotten a phone call, but I didn't, and it is what it is. But yeah, so, and then when they called, it was I thought it was a joke, honestly. When they called me, I was like, there's no way, it's May, And actually, they called me in the middle of April. The season had just started, so. But it worked out. It worked out well. I went back and threw really well. Yeah, so when we found out, obviously it was hurtful, but it's a business. You know, at the end of the day, it's a business. And even though it happens to me personally, it's still a business. It's still numbers. It's still, I understand it. I was given advice by, some of the best advice I ever got was from Josh Lindblom. It was actually on the front steps of my in-laws' house right here. I'll never forget it. I was on the phone with him. It was 2017. I just wanted to know Korea. I just wanted to see it for how it was, the people, the foods, the baseball, all of it. And I wanted to embrace all of it. And I'm forever thankful for Josh.